Hey everyone, this is Ryan Chen here with Loancater. Today you're getting a front row seat to something most business owners will never see in your lifetime. And honestly, something I never shared publicly before. What you're about to watch is how Mark Stanfield, 7-figure gym owner in New Jersey, who got tired of waiting on banks and watching massive opportunities pass him by, how he secured $500,000 in funding in just 60 days. And he used every dollar of it to expand his operation without taking on a single MCA or giving up equity in his company. That means cheaper capital, longer repayment terms, minimal interest, and a clear runway to grow the business on his own terms. So if you've ever been declined by a bank, trapped in an unfavorable MCA that's quietly destroying your margins, or you own commercial real estate and have no idea how much equity is sitting in it, this video is going to completely change the way you think about capital. By the end of this video, you'll understand how deals like this are structured, whether your business could qualify for something similar, and the exact questions you should be asking lenders to unlock terms most operators don't even know exist. So grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's get into it. Hey everyone, this is Ryan Chen here. Today I have Mark Stanfield, the owner of Form Fitness. And today he's going to come here and share his experience with working with us on securing a mortgage note. Hey Mark, how are you?
Good. How are you, Ryan?
I'm good myself. Why don't we go ahead and jump into what you believe was helpful in now part, the good, the bad, and everything in general in securing that note?
Sure. Well, what was interesting was I first went to a normal bank, and I experienced some issues with my lending or the loan that would prevent me from actually completing the loan.
Mhm.
But I went to a specialist for what's called a DSCR loan, which is for investors. And even though I own the properties with no mortgage, still required to have a specialist to try to help me close this loan. He also encountered some difficulties with not anything for me, but it was more about my homeowners policy, the homeowners association policy. And Ryan was actually able to go look at that, see what was wrong, get it resolved. And then we proceeded ahead, and we closed not only on one property, actually on both properties that I own. Two very important loans for me for cash flow purposes, and we finally got it done.
And Mark, what would you say is kind of the biggest hurdle when you were trying to get the financing through a traditional bank? What do you think was the reason why they couldn't get something in place for you?
I don't think they were equipped with understanding the nuances of a DSCR loan. It's a special investors loan, which is what I found good about Loancater, is that you're familiar with all different types of financing options. And when you get into just beyond a normal residential loan, that extra knowledge is very important. Without it, you almost would get denied for a loan for no particular reason. And the frustrating thing was to have no mortgage at all. I paid cash for the 2 units, so I still have a problem. But like I said, we were able to overcome those and proceed ahead with the closing.
And obviously, with us, originally we promised you 30 days, so it wasn't a completely smooth ride.
Right.
How do you feel about the process altogether? There was bumps along the road. I know it wasn't completely smooth, but overall, how would you say you feel about the process?
But I think the process was fairly smooth, but I think that what would be helpful would be to provide a checklist of all documents required at the very beginning of the loan, so that you could start accumulating everything. And again, it's a specialty loan, so you weren't sure exactly what was necessary. The other issue which we did encounter, and I highly recommend that you employ these services, is that for the international traveler who invests in real estate, there's going to come a time when he has to sign documents via DocuSign, and it has to be done with a notary. And there are many companies now that understand this, that they have a special proprietary software which is closed circuit, and they can actually watch me signing the documents, even though I may be in a different country. I think that was probably the largest frustration, is that we weren't able to do that because our final loan company wouldn't accept that. That's really the biggest I guess recommendation I have for your company, is that we get that approved up front because you're going to be dealing a lot with international investors.
Mhm. Yeah. So overall, smooth, but two portions of concern, two parts of concern, which is the part where you were in the same parts and needed a notary to come to you. So we had to wait until you come back to New Jersey to close. And also the fact that there was a back and forth of additional documents that was not previously requested.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. And since you got the funding, what were you able to do with the money? The $500,000 that we provided, 475 to be exact. What do you think? What does that allow you to do for Form Fitness?
We were involved in rebranding from a major name, Gold's Gym, and creating a new brand, Form Fitness. To do that, we wanted to upgrade the gym to a more of a luxury experience.
Mhm.
And I started that process last year with the understanding that I was easily going to be able to obtain financing through normal means. As it went on, I began to use short-term remedies, which put me into a very awkward situation where my credit utilization from a personal standpoint increased, and that actually hurt me down the road. So what I've done is I've reduced all of the short-term debt down to almost nothing, and I've continued with the renovations, and we're having a grand reopening on June 27th, which is just in the beginning of the summer season, right on time. So it's the money came through in the nick of time to finish up the renovations, reduce that short-term debt load, and then have a little bit of reserve capital as well.
Got it. Got it. That's awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Mark. And I'm glad we were able to work with you and help you get what you wanted in terms of the capital. And I look forward to working with you in the future.
Excellent. Same here, Ryan. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Just 60 days after this call, we were able to secure Mark a $500,000 DSCR loan on a 30-year term, slightly longer than the original 30-day target, but the structure allowed him to secure long-term, low-cost capital without sacrificing ownership or getting trapped in high-interest short-term debt. Since receiving the capital he needed to scale, Mark has expanded his operations and completely paid off the debt. So if your business needs fast, strategic funding like Mark's did, I'll leave a link in the description where you can reach out to my team. But here's the important part. What Mark just walked through is incredibly powerful, yet his deal is only one rung on an 8-level ladder of business debt. And the level you're operating on right now is either compounding your wealth or quietly bleeding your business dry. The reality is, most operators have no idea where they actually stand. They're stacking expensive MCAs at levels 8 when their business may already qualify for capital that's 5 levels cheaper. So watch this video next where I break down all 8 levels of business debt ranked from the smartest form of capital you can use to grow to the kind of debt that quietly destroys companies. Thank you for watching.